Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Super Bowl Sunday. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we don't like to throw around the word dynasty loosely, but for the Chiefs, it applies. I mean, they're looking for their third title now in 5 years.
And with the way this league is configured now, it absolutely applies. I think you're totally on target. Remember, they lost a Super Bowl in there too. So to be back for the fourth time in 5 years in today's NFL, that's pretty incredible.
Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they're trying to pull off what only 3 teams have done before, go from Super Bowl losers to Super Bowl champions.
Last team to do that, the Patriots, Super Bowl 52 and 53. Before that, you've got to go back to the Dolphins in Super Bowls 5 and 6, and the Cowboys in Super Bowls 4 and 5.
And off we go from Las Vegas. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Solid finish to the opening drive. And look, when you get down around the goal line, you have to account for his legs. We saw it right there.
Yeah, that's the added dimension to the offense, isn't it? Remember what the offensive line coach told us earlier this week? I told my guys, he's going to run it. We have to make sure he stays protected and give him an opportunity.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Pacheco. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This now a 3rd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Fourth down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. .39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Complete to Zacchaeus. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 7-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. On 2nd down, Swift. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On 1st down, Hurts. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task. After
the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll try and run here with Swift. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They work now on 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. Hurts fumbles it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 31 yards. And the Chiefs are on the board here in this Super Bowl. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This short throw caught by Goddard. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This is 2nd and 8. Swift going to try up the middle. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised, just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And they trail here in this Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter. We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing, because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third down and 13. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Hassan Reddick with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2nd down and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. But that time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Tershawn Wharton,
his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
Made his first. This now from 46 yards away.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Flushed out right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 23, here's a 2nd down and 9. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and they'll get him down right about the 20. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. On the option to give to Swift here. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. run again. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Second and 5. Once again, it's Swift. And that should do it. He's got a first down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. That is likely the final play of this game, and no better feeling, I would imagine, than taking a knee to wrap up the Super Bowl.
Culminates everything. The championship is theirs. And just think, the last play they had in practice before this game began was doing this, practicing taking a knee and winning a Super Bowl.
And they get to do just that. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Bye.